Good evening. It's Coach Mashudu here. Good evening. Once more, it's Coach Mashudu Mbele here. I'm also a credit repair coach. And welcome if this is the first time you're joining my credit repair financial literacy. So on Tuesdays, I come live around this time just to share some nuggets in terms of improving your credit. So I'm also a credit repair coach. So with our company, what do? We help you to fix your credit. We help you to remove judgments, and we also help you to remove the prescribed debts, and also to help you to achieve your financial wellness, your financial freedom, so that you can sleep much better, and also to improve your wealth, and to also understand you might be in a situation where you've got issues with your debt currently, and you learn how you got there and what are the beliefs that you have been learning to, which have been impacting you, because daily we are creating beliefs, and also some of the beliefs we grew up with them, we got them from our caregivers, our parents when we were young. So look at your money story at the moment, look at your credit story at the moment. Are you repeating the same things that your caregivers can be your mom or your dad or anyone who raised you when you were young? So just look into that. What are you repeating the same money stories that they had? And yeah. So today's topic is about the common credit issues that one has and how to fix them. So because one, if you don't fix them, it's going to cost you. And one of the things which is one needs to take from this discussion today is just that being invisible, being credit invisible can impact you, can really cost you, can make your life much more expensive. And why do I say that? So that is the topic for today. So are you credit savvy? Are you paying a lot because of your being credit invisible? And normally this would also come to young people who are just starting, who just started the working, and then they don't have credit. So there are three areas where you can have issues with your credit, and one of them is a lack of credit history. So it's important that one has got credit history. And as you're coming through, just say hi so that I know who I'm with. And then once I'm sharing that, I just want to share this as well. If you want to learn more about credit repair coaching, so you can complete the form, and then I'll reach out to you and I'll be able to give you more information on what we do as well, and you can learn more. And also we'll provide you with the financial fitness guide and the quiz. And it has been amazing that those who have been doing completing the quiz, just having I'll say the money surgery and just looking at their finances on how financial fit they are, and the scoring there. And some were saying they were scoring less than 40, and we just says you need to do something about your financial fitness. So there's still a chance you might be in a state where you feel like you're in a worse state, and you feel like things you're gonna be repossessed, you don't know what to do. Help is readily available, so you can reach out, then I can provide guidance. And where I can assist, I'll also refer you to the council of those who are knowledgeable, who will be able to assist you. So one of the common issues, and also say hi when you're coming, and to those who are just joining me for the first time, welcome to my circle. So I come here around 6:30, provided there's no load shedding on my side, like it was this morning. And in the afternoon, we just had power outage. I don't know how, what happened. So I'm not sure if you experienced the same thing that we did. I was just crossing my fingers that it doesn't prolong up to 6:30, but I'm glad that now we can connect and also say hi so that I know who I'm talking to. I see Stretch has joined us on Instagram, so welcome. So coming back to today's topic, today we're talking about common credit issues that affect us and how to fix them. Because if you don't have credit, you are doing injustice to yourself because you're going to pay more. And one of the key first thing is that if you don't have a credit history, hi Shekani, so you're going to have issues in terms of yourself, in terms of borrowing money, because the lenders are going to go and check you in the credit bureau. We've got different credit bureau, which is the Esparion, the XGS, and I just forgot others now. But your everything that you do in terms of your finances, the creditors, they send a report on a monthly basis to the credit bureau so that everyone can be able to check if you are able to manage money and they are able to borrow you money. So if you don't have anything for you in your name, it's gonna be so hard for you to get to access money, like also borrowing money. Maybe you want to finance a car, you want to finance a house, you find that you are charged high interest rates because you don't know, no one knows your profile. And also getting a cell phone, because nowadays everyone has got a cell phone. It could be more expensive for you to get a phone. One thing that I learned as well is I bank with FNB and other banks as well. And I learned that you can put your kids underneath you. They can open their bank accounts underneath you so that they can start developing their credit history as well. And I'm glad about that knowledge because I didn't know. Initially, I didn't know what I did initially when my kids were born. The first year, everyone had their bank account. I've opened it, and then Capitec Bank came, and then I removed them from my FNB. And in Capitec, they can manage their account because I wanted them just to manage their account themselves. And then later I learned that no, I shouldn't have removed them because I've destroyed their credit history and all that. So, and my son is almost turning 18 this year, and I couldn't return him back again to my profile, but I was able to return my daughter because she's less than 18 to my profile, so that we can build a credit history. So that by the time she starts working, she needs to acquire a lot of things. She's able, that is going to help her to build up. And then if you don't have a good credit history, you're going to pay a lot. You are going to pay a lot. That's why I say being credit invisible is going to cost you. It can make your life more expensive because you have to come up with a lot of deposit and you're going to pay a lot of interest rates as well. And it's the same if you're buying a car, you're young, you're in your 20s, you have seen. If you compare the insurance for someone who has been driving for a long time and someone who just joined the market, it's different because hello Letu, welcome guys. Let's see who else is on Instagram. So come and say hi guys. So yes, so on number one, it's important that one develops their use. It can be just a small thing. One thing with credit, you need to be very wary as well. I remember when I was in tertiary, I was on my third year, and when I was in tertiary, I was also employed. So then the company which was funding my studies, I was also getting a salary. So I opened accounts and I had a Truewords account. And there was a time I missed payment for quite a while, and they almost took me to credit bureau as well. So one needs to be aware of how you manage their money. So, oh yes. So you need, I mean, I don't know about other banks, but I know with FNB, because she's under me, and the card that she has, it has me, but for her to manage, to learn how to manage money, she still has a Capitec account where she manages. So she's learning to eat her money, all of it. So she's learning to save, she's learning all that. So with that Capitec account, she's able to be flexible. And at times she doesn't tell me. My husband told me she has been saving and she doesn't want to tell mom. So those are the things, but it's something that she's learning as a 12-year-old how to manage, and also the scams that we get, the messages that we get on a daily basis, being told click this. So already she's being aware of those scams and also answering calls and all that. And saving and also withdrawing and buying on Uber Eats. So it helps. So I just said they need to learn, because I learned at a later stage how to use accounts. I remember the first time I worked, it was in 1996. I was doing my Learner Official Metallurgy training in one of the mines in Carltonville. And I was scammed of my bank account, of my bank card. So I was going to take out money to go to work because I was working shifts. And then when I was there, I was just scammed, and then I lost my money. And luckily, I wasn't staying away from the ATM. I was able to speak to my network to assist me because my money was gone. So learning those, and when they're at ATMs, you teach them what to do. So that is what they are doing at the moment with their Capitec. But the FNB card is just there, it's just accruing the money that I put in for her as well. And I've also explained to them. So it's important you could do that. So you can find out with the banks that you bank with if they've got similar products, if they've got similar opportunities as well. So the second one is being denied credit on application. So that is another common credit issue that you can encounter. Let's see what else. So just also I'm also live on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, say hello so that I know who's there with me. So it's being denied credit. So maybe for a loan or a credit. So one of the things that is quite important as a consumer, you need to know your rights. You need, when you are denied credit, you just don't just take it lying down. And I also remember I had to practice this principle you have to apply in everything that you do in life, not only on credit. If you have been told no, maybe even if it's a job, ask why, where can you improve? So you need to find out, because the institution that is denying credit, they need to tell you why. So you need to go and ask why did they do that? And because it's under the law helps you to, so it's covered in the law. And then if they say you've got insufficient credit, so start building up. So it doesn't mean go and open big accounts. Like for me, most of my credit has been, I don't pay for my car at the moment. So it has been credit card. So you can even have a credit card. And normally with a credit card, the more you pay, it's important that you at least pay the minimum and more. And the more you pay, you find that your credit increases. And we've got one card that we use in the house for servicing the house buying. So we put money into it. And then we were given a credit limit of almost 50,000, and we said they need to reduce it to 10,000, and then after 6 months we reduced it to 6,000. So you are able to reduce the credit. So don't be just say, no, they've given me this credit, so I need to use it all. Check in your balances. Will you be able to service that debt? Will you be able to pay the minimum on a monthly basis? So also check your credit report. So if you have been denied credit application, go and check on your credit report. Is there judgment? Are you on debt review? Because during the COVID, most people were getting calls and some were put on debt review without knowing. So are you one of them? So go and check your credit report. As a citizen, you do get a free credit report once a year. So go and get your credit report. Yeah, so go and get your credit report. It's quite important to know what is happening with you. And you can also get different ones, because you might find that you're not listed on one and then you're listed on another one. So it's important you do your due diligence and not wait for someone, because that is your own right. So as much as you have money, you've got right. Even when you're on debt review, you've got the right to also look at how much is being paid, and you can even pay more so that you reduce the length that you're on debt review, so that you can gain your life back. It doesn't mean if you're on debt review, you cannot even save money and create your emergency fund. And it doesn't mean when you are on one, you are not accountable. As much as that the debtors are managing that, but it doesn't mean you are not accountable at the end of the day. So you're still older, you're still capable, you still need to make decisions and improve what you are doing. So another thing that can also make you to be denied credit is that you're not paying your bills on time. So in your credit report, you're able to see your history. So it will show orange, it will show okay, and then if you're in areas once or twice, it will show as well. So it's quite important that you catch up. And even when you are unable to pay, it's important that you reach out to your creditors and tell them that you can't pay, and maybe you're about to lose a job, or if you lost a job, you renegotiate the payment terms, because just sitting and just doing nothing, it's a decision. Approaching them is still a decision. Whether you act on it or you don't act on it, the indecision that you're going to do is still a decision. It's going to impact you. Either way, whether you act. But if you act, you know what needs to be done. But if you just sit there and do nothing, you won't be, you will just have made a decision and did nothing. So it's important that when you are getting that message where you're denied credit, you limit your credit, you limit your spend, and you look at what you're doing on a daily basis so that you can improve. So it's in, if you've got invisible credit, you're gonna pay more. So don't go and open big credits, just open small. It can be also you get a contract. And in a contract, if it's for the first time, you might have to pay a deposit for it. I'm not sure if that is being done, but that's a possibility. You might have to pay for a deposit for it. And then, but it will help you to start improving your credit. So you won't be paying a lot. So just get a basic one that mostly we are on smartphones. There are beautiful smartphones which are coming out, which are affordable. And then you just pay that monthly fee. And you can even pay ahead. Like even we've got a contract. I've got a contract which is ending for two of our cell phones, which is ending in May next year. I've already paid because it's a what is it? There's a word, not pay as you go, but it's prepaid. Like you'll use those minutes, but if they are finished, you'll have to pay the extra. So yeah, it's a top up. Yes, a top up. So I've already paid for that top up until the end of the term, so that I don't wait. So that is some of the things. That's why it's important to look at your money visibly. Look at me, I like looking forward. So look at 12 months view. Will you be able to afford some of the things? You can even finish paying them now rather than saying I'm going to pay and pay. So already when the statement comes, they'll be just showing a minus, which is so good. So I don't have to worry about that contract for Vodacom. When it finishes, I decide whether I'm going to renew it. If the phones are still fine, it will be a month-to-month contract. I've got a month-to-month contract. This is the 4th year that I'm on it, because the phone is still perfect. There's no issues, and I'm still on the same package that I had. So I only pay for the package. I don't have to pay for the phone. So at times you need to be aware, because before, when I was young, I would want to change the phone, even if it was, but it's working well. Because I normally use iPhone, you just upgrade the applications all the time when they come through. So look at your money story and be savvy on how you manage, because the money that you could be paying for another phone, which you really don't need, you could be saving it. It could be going to your emergency fund, because you need to have an emergency fund. With everything that is happening in our country at the moment, the petrol price going up, electricity, the intermittent food getting spoiled. So nowadays you cannot even buy a grocery for the whole 2 weeks, because you don't know when power is going to come back. So, and that is something which is really impacting most households as well. And it's also damaging our equipment on a daily basis. So do look into that. And then number 3, so we have covered the first one, the common credit issue. So welcome. If you're coming through, let me know who you are so that I'm aware. Is the lack of enough credit history, and I just shared what you can do. And then the second one is being denied the credit application. And then the third one is fraud and identity theft. And this happens a lot of time, and nowadays there are so many schemes. I guess I'll say those people who do it, they're always 48 hours ahead of anyone. They're so innovative. They come up with amazing and then you buy into it. Even emails. So emails for me, my laptop is moving. So if emails for me, you just check. You don't click any link as well. And it's important that you report those links that come through. So it's fraud. So what is fraud? So it's when somebody takes your identity, your name, your date of birth, and without authorization. That is what fraud it is. And it's happening a lot. And it's important that you report it. And what can you do as a person? So it's important you review your report on a yearly basis. So how many of you are here? Have you seen your credit report this year? So have you seen your credit report this year? And do you know how to acquire it? Where do you go? Do you know? Okay, I'll be looking for responses, but just ask yourself, have you seen your credit report this year? Do you know how it's looking? Do you know what is there? Is it true and all that? So let me know. So it's important that you check for that. And also if you are registered with whatever credit bureau where you get your yearly report, you can also pay for those activation, like when somebody is checking you, you are alerted. Also for identity theft and all that, you are always alerted. But if you suspect any identity theft, it's quite important you report it. You check your credit report and you report it immediately. You don't wait. And also one of the things, I know what you have to do, you need to go to the police and do an affidavit as well. And also when you are signing up for those options of how to protect yourself, it's important you read your terms and conditions. And this one I have to highlight so much. It doesn't have to wait for credit to read your terms and conditions. Everything you sign, read the terms and conditions. I've had people who had to go and claim for policies, which when they've been paying for years, and because they didn't read the terms and conditions or the pre-existing illnesses and all that, they found out they've been paying for nothing. So it was null and void. So read the terms and conditions of how you'll be covered on all those things. And I trust with what I've just shared now about the common credit issues of knowing that being credit invisible is going to cost you a lot. It can make your life much more expensive because you have to pay for it. Like even your identity theft, just fixing that is going to take a long time as well because you have to prove that it wasn't you, but you have to be aware of what is happening within you as well. And for you as well to also build your credit, and so that you are able, because when your credit is healthy, there are no issues. It's easier to go and get refinancing for your house, to get business funding as well, because it shows that you are able to borrow money as well, and you're able to apply for credit cards, which are unsecured credits as well. So credit cards are unsecured credits as well. So you could have that, but those that help you, like even you're looking for a house or to buy a car. So the first thing that the estate agency and everyone will be helping you to do that. They're going to go on your credit report and then check how you're paid. Are you missing payments? Because they are entrusting their money with you. So are you a trusted person? And you can't be a trusted person if you don't trust yourself. So look into that. And at times we always say people do things against you, but at the end of the day, you need to look within yourself. Are you trusted? Do you trust yourself with your money? If you don't trust yourself with your money, do something about it. Get a coach, understand, heal your money beliefs. Because you find that some of the issues that are making you to be in debt, to be in the mess that you're in, is the beliefs that you have had. And some of them, they're generational. They are traumas. It's something you have learned. And today I also learned that there's a belief of saying no. I don't have to get help. I was like, wow, I didn't know that was a belief. So I was just reading some things of saying I don't have to get help. And normally this belief of saying I don't have to get help could also impact you with your credit, because we are so scared to talk about money. We're so scared to tell people how much we earn. We're so scared to get the advice of those who are knowledgeable. So go and ask for help before your house gets repossessed, before everything gets taken away, before you get home and you find the sheriff has attached everything to your house because you were just having your ego, you didn't want to ask for help. And the fact that you are still alive, you can do something. You might be in a mess, and being a human being, being an adult, there's always a solution to every challenge. So you might say, I don't know what to do. Go and get help. You can reach out. You can also send me a message. And if I don't know how to help you, I'll refer you to people who can help you. So what do? I help with you achieving your financial peace and freedom by helping you to understand your money beliefs and healing them, and also helping you to create a budget plan in terms of your finances and looking where are you spending more. And there are other things that when they are looking at the report, you could say, where's your emergency fund? Do you know what it is? So if you don't know what is an emergency fund, I've got a guide. It's a lovely guide. It's a financial fitness guide, and it has got quiz, and it has got the matrices. Because as a human being, you've got your money, you need to operate like an entity, like a company, and understand what are the matrices, like your debt to income ratio. If your debt to income ratio is above 43%, it means you are indebted. No one is gonna able to lend you money because it says you are unable to manage your finances. And you might say, I really need that BMW X5. And why aren't these banks giving it to me? I've got this money, but when they look at, you can have 100,000 rand and say you afford, but the way you manage that 100,000 rand on a monthly basis says a story about you, says a story about your beliefs, says a story about your relationship with money, because money is energy. So if you don't love money and you say you're working for money, but when it comes, you just look at it and say, nah, it needs to go. So you need to develop that money. You need to attract it. If you don't, it will come within 2 hours. And then after 2 hours, there's an emergency that comes, it disappears. So you have to heal your money story so that you're able to manage your finances very well. As much as we'll do this thing, it's important you understand your money stories. You heal them, your money traumas as well. And also you understand the technicalities of your money, how your money works, how to create an emergency fund, where you get help, and what can you do as well. And even me, when I learned about this, one would associate with having titles and also and say, this person, because they've got these titles, they've learned and all that, they know everything. Not everyone knows everything. Mostly we shy away to talk about money. We are so scared to go and ask people about money because we create this assumption, the ego is at play, which is normal, saying, no, people will judge me if I ask for help. But you're going to pay for that eagerness, for that indecision of not going and ask for help. So even when you might have a, what is it, in the bank, they've got your personal advisor. So ask more, engage, and also look out and read more about credit, read more about money, read more about saving, go to Easy Equities. Easy Equities, I love it as well. My kids are also enrolled so that they can learn, because I learned later about shares and all that. And then some people will come to Facebook and they tell you about shares, and then they are condescending and they say, they just assume because they just see this part of life. Who shows that all their lives on Facebook? And then they just make funny assumptions. So never do that. So go and learn. Easy Pitches, they've got a platform where you can work with artificial money on how to understand where your shares are and all that. So do your due diligence, understand where your money is going. And if you don't know where it's going, go and ask those who are managing it how it works. And How you test it, when they're explaining to you, you can feel it in your gut if there's something fishy. So always trust your intuition. That is the inner power that one has. You cannot just say no because I gave it to them. I understand everything. So it's important you do your due diligence, you ask for questions, and you understand where you are putting your money. Because you cannot blame anyone at the end of the day. And I'm still on my money story, so I'm busy resolving the money money things that I found as well with my policies. And then I'll run a class, and I believe that class is gonna heal a lot of people. I had to go through a lot of crying the past few months, and I'm busy fixing that. I don't wanna come here without knowing and say, because somebody will ask me, what did I do? And this, if I experience it, I believe more people are experiencing it, but it's good to share the knowledge. And with that knowledge, you need to do something, you need to take action. Because at times people will say, no, I've got this issue, I read, but did you take action? So you can read, but you need to take action. If you don't take action by just sitting, it's still an action. It's an indecision that you're ready to take, to go and sleep and say later you are worried about it. Because even the past, no, it wasn't last week. 2 weeks ago, it was the 16th, the 12th. I think it was the second week of September. It was the Free Wills Week. I'm not sure who's here with me will be listening to this. Did you take that opportunity to create your will? Because your will also, it's all about your money. So if you don't have a will, it means you don't have a good relationship with your money. When you pass on, because even when you die, when you are 6 feet under, your estate is still going to continue. And those who are left behind are going to be impacted. So do the decisions that you are uncomfortable to do now because you're an adult now. Go and do it, because even me, when I created it, but a week later when I read what is in there, we're like, okay, yes, this is adulting. We need to face those things. We cannot run away from being adults. We cannot run away from those experiences. So fix your money stories, because when you are passed on, even the credit which you're trying to fix, the debts that you're trying to fix, and you're not paying them, they're going to impact those who are left behind. They're going to impact your estate, and you don't want drama. You don't want, as you're watching as an angel, you go like, oh, what a mess did I create? I wish I would have done something. So this is the opportunity to act on your money, to act, because you're an entity. Where there's money, there has to be plans. You have to put plans in place. You cannot just wake up and just say, I've decided. Because the money is there, it's houses, it's so much which is at stake. So do the responsible thing and go. If you haven't done one, go and reach out to your lawyer, or you can go and get the, what is it? There is one, I remember the first time I saw one, it was at CNA, and then you just have to make sure people who are signing there, including you, that they're with you as well. And it's kept in a safe space, and you can alert as well those if you're scared, but just make sure someone knows where the will is, and make sure you update it all the time, at least try every second year. But if there are major changes, go and change them immediately. But also that will look at your credit. So your credit daily is going to affect you, your estate when you are gone. It is going to affect your loved ones when you are gone. So fix your money stories. If you don't have a good relationship with money, get help, speak to a coach, come and speak to me. Let's help you so that you can leave your family with financial peace and freedom, so that you can have that financial peace and freedom and that financial wealth that you want. Because everyone has got abundance around us. When we came here on earth, everyone has. It's what you do based on your conditioning that you have, how you become far away from what is worth because of your thinking. So you need to change how you think. You need to change your money stories. You need to have those positive emotions. And if you don't have them, there's ways, there's techniques on helping you to change your thinking, to change your mindset. So you move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And I trust with all this information that I've shared today about how to repair your credit and the common issues, you'll be able to go today and just reflect on what I've said and do something, even if it's just one thing. And your legacy is going to love you for that. It's going to thank you for that, for just doing the action, taking action, and fixing that as well. So if you want more info, if you want the financial fitness guide, I'm just going to share my details now. You can send a WhatsApp and then you'll get it quicker. So you can just send a WhatsApp to this number, to this details. So here, the financial fitness guide, it tells you about the financial and the matrices that I've been telling you, how to build an emergency fund, how to determine the debt to income ratio, and other matrices on the. And then the last few pages is all about you doing your quiz and looking at where you are, and it will help you to have that money surgery with yourself, is having that intimate assessment with yourself, because no one will be doing it for you. You'll be doing it and you're like, oh, I am a mess. But the fact that you acknowledge that you're a mess, you're going to do something, because part of changing your money beliefs, changing your stories, or changing the issues that you have, it's acceptance and acknowledging that I'm in a mess and I'm ready to take action. And if you do something, nothing about it, it's still a decision, but the consequences are gonna be dire for yourself and your estate at a later stage, and it's gonna impact you even as well. I know in terms of Jolo, some people also check your credit reports so that they can check if they can go out with you, because people, they don't wanna be entangled. Why did I use the word entangled? I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who's got their credit issues, because it just shows more symptoms. Beside the money, there's more issues beside that. So that is why it's important. You heal your money beliefs, you heal your money stories as well. So that's me. Enjoy the rest of the week. So Thursday, I'm going to do live earlier. I'm going to talk about Thankful Thursday, where we are wrapping up the month and just being grateful of what you have achieved, even if it's a small thing, even just if you're not working, just sending that CV. It's something to be achieved. It's something to be celebrated. It doesn't have to be something big, because when you're having a heart of gratitude, you're saying to the universe, I'm ready to receive more. I'm excited. And the universe, according to the law of attraction, is going to give you more of that, because it's saying, with this person, and also with your thoughts. At times we think like your thoughts are secrets. They are not. Your thoughts are never secret. Because we are all energy, so they are being sent to the universe. And if you're having negative thoughts, you're going to be surrounded with people who are negative. If it's beautiful thoughts, you're going to be surrounded with people who are living their life, who are living the soft life that we all desire. So look at your thoughts. Are they helping you, or are they sabotaging you? Because it's all about you. So, honey, so my answer to that is, everybody has got a gift. What is it that you can do, even if you slept for an hour and you feel excited about it, and you can sell that? The reason I say you can sell it, we can provide people with service. We can even create, if for you it's creating art, you can sell it. But how you sell it, it comes from the heart. If you're doing that and saying you are waiting for people to pay for that, but you are not saying, I'm ready to serve and I trust whatever product I'm going to give to that person is going to change their life, we won't sell. And how you sell as well. So how you sell as well, it's the energy that you give. So the energy that you give. I had a client who's a network marketer, and she was telling me about issues with clients. And I asked her, when you post that post, do you post it with desperation, or do you post it to say, I know what I'm posting is gonna serve, and I know the product that I'm selling that I'm advertising is going to change someone's life. If you've got that, people are going to feel that energy of when you're sending that post, whether if you send it said, we'll feel it. And like also at times when somebody sends me a message, at times I don't respond at that time because I can feel that energy is not okay. And when I respond, I just have to calm myself and don't take that energy and help them to understand what they were sending. So when you're doing things on desperation, people are gonna feel it and they're not gonna come and buy. And if you're doing it out of love, they're gonna love it because they can feel the love, they can feel how you were creating, like maybe you're creating the tea, how you blended the tea. Even for me, like if I go to a restaurant and you serve me and everyone, even the manager is so bad or whatever, but the fact that you gave me your attention, you serve me wholeheartedly in all the drama that you're in, you're not saying, no, this place is a bad thing, because when you're serving me, you're selling me. That is your brand. Because when people come to you, they're coming to buy you as a brand. They're not buying the product only. They'll start associating with you first, and then they can buy the product. So if you've got issues, that is why you need also to speak to a coach as well. So I also help with that understanding, so that if you've got issues, you've got trauma, you are not okay, you have been hurt, you have been doing that, and this impacts you. So you cannot go and post and say this and this, but on the other side, you're crying. So I always say, make sure before you click that post, you are vibrating higher, because we are all energy. It doesn't matter where you are. So if you're not vibrating higher, I'll feel your negativity as much as you use the best graphic designer, the best whatever. But if you're not serving from the heart, when your heart is closed, I won't buy. I might go to someone, you say, that person, my product is better than them. But you know how their heart is, how they work on their mind, how positive they are, how they are appreciative to everything that they have. So practicing gratitude is quite important. And if you don't know how to practice gratitude as well, and then I would just say, maybe when you wake up in the morning, say the first three things that you're grateful for. And then when you sleep, say the first three things you are grateful for. And after a week, you realize you're saying the same thing and you get bored. And if that is you, I do have it's a free 31-day gratitude journal. It teaches you how to look at your life holistically and starting to practice gratitude for things that we are not aware of. Because at times we forget about even the tiny things that we have, even the tree. There are people who are in places where there are no trees. It's raining all the time, or it's something in the desert. So if you are someone who wants to improve their gratitude so that they can start vibrating higher, do send a message on that WhatsApp number. So you can send a number, it's 061. You can send, then I can WhatsApp you immediately after this session. 061 518 3208. Just tell me that you're looking for say your name and say you're looking for a gratitude journal. And I'd like to hear your feedback on how you're improving. Because most of the things that we need to achieve in life, it's all in our mindset. The moment we change our mindset, we'll see life it's a beauty. As much as it has its challenges, you're able to sit there in the noise. For me, I'm able to sit in the noise and meditate and switch off the noise, and people think like I'm mad. That is the power of being able to control your mindset. Because everything that is happening outside you, how 80% of the time is how you react to it. And I'm not saying you should neglect other things, but it's how you react to things. There might be something that bad is gonna happen there. So you need to ask yourself, do you have control over that situation? So you need to sit and say, do I have control over that situation? Okay, I don't. So you tell your ego, which is that inner critic within you, and say, no, we don't have control over this. So let's stop fixating on it. So you are able to control, and through meditation as well. I'll also send me your email address. I can send you how you can learn to meditate to help you to connect with your higher self and learn to quieten the inner critic. As much as there, it's good for you, but at times you have to quieten it. So if we are able to control our mindset, if just share it on the WhatsApp. Okay, I'll come back as well. Let me just, yeah. So if you can control your mindset, if you are able to say, yes, I know bad things have happened to me. Yes, they've happened. And there, I know this one sounds like I'm being harsh. Most of the things that we go through, if we haven't learned the main lesson, we're going to go through them many times. So at times someone will WhatsApp me and say, Coach, this and this and this is happening. These people are doing this. And I'll ask them, where was your frame of mind when this was happening? What was your contribution to the situation? So remove yourself, remove your feelings from the issue and tell me what was the main lesson from this situation. So if you're able to step out of your drama and understand what was, I know at times it's so painful because we love having pity party. I was a main pity party person. I remember the other day, another lady said, I'm so sick and tired of your pity party. Do something about it. And I went like, she's being insensitive, but she was being right. But it's how I get out of the pity party, which I had to learn. So you look at the situation, you try to be calm, you breathe, you take at least, you breathe with your nose and you breathe out with your mouth at least 10 times until you are calm. And then you look at the situation and you tell your ego, let's look at this situation. Let's be objective. What was my contribution to this? Because as much as you see, as I'm pointing these fingers like this, the other three are facing me, which means I'm part of it. So every situation that you're in, you are part of it. So you can criticize and do anything. So ask yourself, what was your contribution to that? And it could be an indecision that you didn't make, just being quiet. With being quiet, you still made a decision in that situation. If you made a decision, you still made a decision. So ask yourself, what is your contribution in that situation? And what is a bigger lesson? It's also with Mjolo. Mjolo is a beautiful thing. Mjolo is all about, if you're in Mjolo, you attract who you are. The first few times, it's just that because you're attracted to those fairy hormones and everything is lovely. And then after time, you start seeing the other person, you see their darker side, and that person, that thing is just showing you your other shadow that you have to heal. So it's looking at the bigger picture and say, why is this person irritating me? What is it about their irritants that I need to learn or that I need to heal? So when we start looking at life from that perspective, life gets better, as much as it will be challenges, because we're normal human beings. We'll go through the grief, the sadness, but when you're done with your sadness, when you're done with your drama, sit down with yourself, journal and say, what was the bigger lesson? What was my contribution? What could I have done differently? So I trust that answers you, honey. Yes, I know I went off tangent, but I believe I had to share that. But look into it so you can be better. So serve from the heart. So when you're serving someone, don't look at what they are wearing. Look at them and serve them. You might be the person who's helping them to that day not to commit suicide. We have been taught to wear makeup, like I've been had to wear makeup to look presentable, but we don't know how to wear makeup within ourselves. Wearing makeup within ourselves is starting to do the healing journey, healing our traumas, healing our sadness, healing all the things we've been taught at school by our teachers telling we're not good enough, our parents were not good enough, the fear that we have, the procrastination, which is a habit you learned. There's so many things that we need to start unlearning. So yeah, so do something with your life. So serve from the heart and you'll see amazing. You don't have to worry about money coming in. So tap into your talent, understand what is your purpose on earth, and then serve it wholeheartedly. And you'll be so amazed. And some will say, there's something that you're doing. All you're doing is because you're serving from the heart and we can feel your energy. that you are welcoming us, and you'll find that we'll be sharing your products. We'll always, when we think about, we go like, oh, Honey's products, have you tried it? Have you felt that customer service? Like as I'm talking, I can feel it in my goosebumps. Can you feel it? So we want to feel that customer experience even within our neuropath. So with everything that we're doing in life, we're creating like neuropaths of every experience, like even listening to you. So we want to create those great neuropaths so that when we think about your name, our body just get excited. And even if we are in our sadness, because we go through a lot, at times we are sad, but when we think about you, we think about Honey, we just feel that good experience, and it taps us to our positive energy. And imagine just being able to do that by just giving us the product or the service that you provide, because you are providing it from the heart. So with all of this, so remember to share this. There might be someone who needs to hear this message. Share it. And if you are on my Instagram, like and subscribe so that you're able to receive other recordings. And I'll also remember to send if you need the financial guide and the journal. I'll send a WhatsApp and tell me what you're looking for, because I get a lot of requests, and then we'll send you soonest. So enjoy the rest of the week. So I'll see you on Thursday. Thursday it's about Thankful Thursday and wrapping up the month, and then we'll have the credit repair discussion again next week, Tuesday at 6:30. So invite your friends and your family. Let's create the financial literacy. Let's empower each other with this knowledge as well, so that we can make better informed, because whatever we do with our money, at the end of the day, it affects the competitiveness of our country as South Africa. So it's not only about you. So it's how we are looked around, because we're looked as a pool of how we are doing as a country. And when you go to Stats SA and you look at their quarterly reports, so they look at that, at the configurations and the different classes and the different subgroups of how we are performing. And we can change the narrative, and it starts with us, so that our kids can make better informed decisions. And we can also take this education to our homes and help our kids, and we'll be a better country. So we are the solutions to all the issues that we have in our country, in our home. So it starts with you wherever you are. So you've got the capacity and the power to change your story, and it starts with you. So it's time to be mindful about money. Start today. Thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy. Have a lovely time with your families. Bye-bye.